Looking outside, we have at least a high-level cloud base, so we are able to cool down a bit. But unfortunately for Des Moines, we're still sitting in the upper 60s. Now, that's not the case for everybody, but with this southeast wind, that's going to stick around. We will see that warm air supported and gradually pushed our direction. Now, clouds, once again, still sticking with us. We have the edge of this, but it just isn't making a lot of eastward progress. And then, of course, there is this next round with another weak boundary that's producing clouds. Now, this is going to put up rainfall over Nebraska. By the time that even gets anywhere near us, it will truly just be a cloud base. Nothing that we can really get excited about. We did have our dry slots form overnight, so that did allow a few areas to drop off a few more degrees. And we have another one really trying to get established in the southwest and northeast orientation, but we're just not going to see anything clear up completely. So that does take away a lot of that direct sunlight in terms of the hot feeling we can have in the afternoon, but it still allows us to get into the mid 80s this afternoon. Now the sky does clear up tonight, but it's not until we're looking at sunset, therefore not leaving us with enough time to at least enjoy the sun for anyone still kind of holding on to that warmer feeling outside. But it does allow us to cool down a bit more for Thursday morning. The downside is now we've seen our humidity climb just a touch. The warmer air is being supported by our south to southeast wind, so it still only puts us down into the low 60s for Thursday morning. Now that afternoon, now we're getting into the upper 80s. A lot more sunshine, breaking that barrier of getting into the upper 80s for a lot of us. Maybe having the chance of a spot or two breaking 90, but nothing on a widespread basis, at least not yet. Now, as mentioned, Des Moines is a warmer spot right now at 68 degrees. Even Newton is 66. Everyone else at least around 60 to 64 degrees. We do have Carroll and Atlantic holding in the upper 50s. But this value, while this isn't something we really harp on a whole lot this time of year, it just does represent that we still have that drier potential, that cooler potential in the air. It truly just comes down to getting enough clear sky overnight. Now, the next couple of weeks, first day of October, we're looking 2 weeks out, still sitting above average. But the average at that point is 66 degrees. So even holding in the upper 60s, which will be very refreshing compared to where we are right now, will still technically be above average. This is not a major signal of more 80 plus, 90 plus warmth on the way. But we do at least have some pattern changes that will lead to a more active setup once we get into the middle of October. So seeing these troughs develop for at least this week, it just leads to cool downs with cold fronts and maybe some light chances of rainfall. The fact that we're regularly getting them next week does start to signal that we're going to see a lot more activity out of this. Now, for today, there's a slight wind increase. We will see this favor 10 to 15 miles per hour, but it's warm and sunny all over again, 86 degrees. But you know who loves the warmth? Our puppies. This is Marcos, 1-year-old terrier. He's in foster care at this moment. All you gotta do is contact the Animal Rescue League so you can get more information on him, because how do you say no? This is 2 in a row, good smiling faces. But yeah, your dog walking forecast looks pretty solid. We're talking 70s to 80s with a lot of sunshine. Now, next week, cool down finally kicks in. That'll leave us in the mid 60s for Tuesday, finally getting below average, but it's very short lived. The end of next week does bring us back into the mid 70s.